Hello, hello. Happy Tuesday. Happy November 30th. Happy last day of November. I hope you guys all had an awesome Thanksgiving with your family. And I hope you put your treat meal on the table. And I'm super excited because we're almost into December. Tomorrow we begin the last day of the month, of the year. And it's super exciting because we all know what happens come January. January is when our busy season starts to get kind of going. And then we go into full swing starting in February. So everything you guys do this month in December is really going to lay the groundwork for how you start next year. How you end the year is how you begin the year. So really, I'm just so excited to see so many of you guys on today because I know how easy it is to check out, especially during the holidays. So making it a priority to hop on this Zoom every week is definitely something that can keep you grounded and, on track, something that you're making sure you show up for. So super excited. Yay. And I'm also super excited for our guest today, Raquel Thurman, who is going to be sharing her story and tips. And Raquel, I just wanted to kind of start out with, and first of all, I want to say this, you guys, please, if I have never interviewed you and you are an 80 or a 200K and you do not have to be holding rank, get in my inbox so I can get you on the schedule for December and for January. And people need to hear your story. I promise you, every single week, there's somebody that steps out of their comfort zone to do this Zoom. And every single week I get somebody in my inbox after the Zoom, like, oh my God, that was so good. Or I needed to hear that, or thank you for that Zoom. So just know that you are making a huge, huge difference. So please get in my inbox. Raquel, I wanted to start with your story. Like, what were you doing? What did life look like before you got into a home-based business? And just out of curiosity, I also want to know, like, was Lavelle your first business, or did you do anything before Lavelle? And then how did you find Lavelle? And then we'll kind of go from there.
All right. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Thank you for having me on. So I am Raquel Thurman. I am a single mom of 3 children. And prior to finding Thrive, I was a hairdresser in Hawaii. And I had a hysterectomy that went sideways and left me disabled. I was trying to relearn how to walk. My leg was completely dead. My foot was dead. And I had 3 kids and I was nursing my youngest at the time. So I was in all kinds of pain and I was tired. I was that exhausted mom, but on top of it, I was in like crazy amounts of pain. And so my girlfriend, I was on Facebook Live scrolling away and my girlfriend was just like ranting. And I was like, what are you talking about? What are you on? Because I knew she was raising 5 kids. And she's like, Thrive. And so she sent me a sample and I looked at the ingredients because I was really trying to like heal myself and taking tons of supplements. Like I think I was taking like 20 vitamins a day. It was crazy. And I drank 3 pots of French press Kona coffee every single day. And I was crashing. I was so tired. But yeah, so I took it the first day and I'm like driving the 3 kids to 3 different schools. And I called her and because I was just like, I had this overwhelming, like really, really, really good feeling. And I was like, what is in this stuff? And she was like, I promise it's just vitamins, minerals, pre and probiotics. And I'm like, this is crazy. Like, I feel like I can take on the world right now. Like I felt so good and I had not felt good in many years. We'll just put it that way. Like I was struggling mentally, physically, emotionally, like in every possible way. I was done. And, so I got home and I was just like, whoo, like I had energy. I like made myself breakfast, which I'm not even a breakfast eater, but I was hungry. And mind you, I was under 100 pounds. I was so tiny. I was so unhealthy, trying to be healthy, but I just could not get there. My body was not absorbing nutrients whatsoever. And I cleaned my whole house. I had stacks of like medical records and it was gnarly, like literally. I mean, having 3 kids is a lot, but they're damn messy. And So I just went to town. I mean, I washed my walls. It was crazy. Like I had so much energy and I was just like, damn, like I know I do not ever want to live a day without the stuff. So I called her again. I was like, how do I get this stuff? And she's like, well, you can be a customer, you can be a promoter, so you can make some money. I was literally borrowing money every single month from my mother because I could not get by. Like living in Hawaii is very expensive. Having 3 kids is very expensive. And I wasn't able to work and I was disabled, but I couldn't get disability. It was crazy. No assistance whatsoever. Like I was sinking to the bottom. And I was like, yeah, what do I got to do? Like, I want to make some money, of course. So I hit the promoter button and I took part of my rent money to buy a $200 package. She's like, you can make this back, I promise you. And I was like, oh my God, like I have to make this back. I can't not pay my rent. So I ran and I was like, you guys have to try this. Like, oh my God. And I only had a 3-day sample. So it's not like I had anything to give anybody. And we're on an island that has no Thrive. She was on a totally different island. And so I ran and I hit the IP 800. And that next Tuesday, like the money was in my account. And I was like, no way, like, how is this even real? Like, oh my God, I like doubled my money back. This is nuts. So I continued to share. And I was not a social media person. I was very closed off to the world because I was in so much pain. But they were like, Kayla and Sonia were like, you need to go live on Facebook. And I was like, you're crazy. There's no way I'm going live on Facebook. So I made a little video and had all the filters on it. Like I was so embarrassed, so shy, so not confident. And I posted it and my girlfriend, Brooke Decker, won it. And I didn't really know her. She was like one of the acquaintance surf moms. We'd see each other at the surf contests and stuff with our kids. And I was like, damn, she's never going to take this. The girl owns a coffee farm. Like, it's just not going to happen. Like they sell their coffee to Costco. Hi, Brooke. And so she took it all wrong. Drank coffee, like it was crazy. I'm like, oh man. So I met her in the parking lot. I'm like, please don't drink coffee tomorrow. Like just take it the way that you're supposed to. And yeah, and we kind of just exploded. Like the whole island of Hawaii was thriving within 3 to 4 months. I hit 4K my 3rd month and I got the $2,000 bonus. It was half bonus, half of the bonus. And then the 4th month I hit 12K. And which also qualified me for the auto bonus, which was amazing. I had no idea that even existed. So then I was pushing for Riviera Maya because I was like, oh my God, I've never left the country. This company like has so much to offer. I want to do all the things. And I got my 12K. So I qualified for Riviera Maya. That's where I met Lisa. And I finally got to meet Kayla Rose Oliver and Sonia and like all the people I'd been working with. It was incredible. It was so life-changing because I never left the country. I was just a single mom with 3 kids, broke. And getting those paychecks, those bonus paychecks was just like unreal. I didn't have to borrow money anymore from my mom. It was just like, oh my God. So then we get back from Mexico and COVID hit. Like the whole country, the whole world was like shutting down. And I was like, oh my gosh, like there's no toilet paper on the shelves there. I mean, we're sitting on an island. There's nothing, like the shelves are emptying very quickly by the time we got back. And I made a decision to get off the island and move to Northern California because this is where my family is. And I was like, well, if we're all going to die, I don't know, like nobody knew anything. So I just booked a plane and we were all going to move here and the flights kept getting canceled and canceled. And I was like, oh my God. So basically the airline was like, you have 3 days to leave the island or you're going to be stuck there. Like we're canceling everything. And I was like, what? No way. So I took 18 years of our household goods to the dump and I moved here with like 12 totes. Nothing. We literally brought what we absolutely had to have. And I didn't know anybody here besides my family. And it was lockdown. Like everybody was home. There was no way to like meet people to try to expand my business. Everybody was shutting their auto ships off because people weren't sure what was going on in the world. I almost lost my 12K and God knows I needed that. Like I was struggling and I did not lose it. I continued to push. I ended up sending a girl who was in a lot of pain a sample. And she's like, I can't afford this stuff. And I was like, I don't want you to buy it. Like, I just want to know your honest review, you know, and I'm going to send it to you for free. Well, she started sharing with some people what it did for her, and my business exploded, like completely just took off here. It was, you know, like, I think it was March, I hit 40K, and I was like, how did this even happen? You know, like a whole year had gone by and I was so struggling just to get by. And then Sonia and Kayla were like, dude, go 80K, you can do it. And I was like, you're crazy. There's no way. Like, it's taken me 14 months to get from 12K to 40K. I'm not going to try. There's just no way I can go 80K in 15 more days. Well, I did. I went like, it was like 85,000 at the end of March of bonus season this year. So my team slayed it, absolutely killed it. And yeah, that bonus has been just like so insane for us, to be honest. Never made this kind of money in my life.
You know, it's so crazy that, I mean, because people don't understand how many people don't know about Thrive. And you really did put Hawaii on the map. Like, there wasn't a lot going on there, like a lot of promoters there. And I mean, nobody, when you were in Hawaii, had anybody ever heard of it?
No, no, definitely
And
not.
this was just within 2 years. Like people so underestimate, like a lot of people, I think, because we're in Thrive and, you know, we friend request all these people and we're all Thrive, Thrive, Thrive. We think everyone knows about Thrive. And, you know, we think, oh, it's too late for me. You guys, there's whole states still that are just getting started. There's whole, I mean, in Phoenix, we have like 7 million people in Phoenix and surrounding areas. And every day people will say, what is that on my arm? They've never heard of Thrive. So don't think that if you're getting started that you're in too late, or, you know, everybody knows about it, because people don't know about this yet. We are just getting going with this. So for those of you that, you know, are on this Zoom every week, you know, we don't just talk about the good stuff. We talk about the hard stuff too. What was that like? Like the times that you have lost rank, or when you kind of had that space trying to go from, you know, 40 to 80 and 12 to 40, like feeling like, oh my God, am I ever going to get there? Like, what are some of those times that you've had where, you know, you had to push yourself to keep going because maybe you had those feelings of, is this for me? Or maybe it's not going to go any further, or I want to give up.
Yeah. So going 12 to 40 was really hard. It was, I mean, I was like, how is this even possible? Because I had just moved. And so I'd lost so much volume, you know, and I was really trying to rebuild here in California. And I went and mass added on social media. I was like, I just need to know, I need to be friends with everybody in this county. I remember last June, I went and looked at my paycheck and it was zero. And I was like, oh my gosh. And I was like, this has to change. Like, this absolutely has to change. I cannot survive without this income. I have nothing else. I have no assistance. I have no one. Like, there was just no possible way. So I luckily did not lose my rank, and I continued to get the 12K bonus and the auto bonus. And it was very helpful. And like I said, it was just like, I mean, it was 14 months that I sat at 12K, which to me, I think is one of the best things that I could have done, because it built me a solid 12K. Looking back now, you know, of course I wanted the 40K back then so bad, but it built a really solid team. And I think 12K is a super sweet spot, because you're going to figure out who's going to run with you and who's not, because in this business, there's going to be so many people that come in and fall off, that come in and become a promoter, but don't want to promote it, which who cares? Like, they let them do their thing, you know, like, love them where they're at. If they want to come back later, that's totally fine. So, and I just have like the most amazing team, in my opinion. Like, we have such an incredible group of people on my team. They're so positive, they're so uplifting, and they really genuinely try to help each other, whether or not they're above or below each other, you know. And yeah, it was a struggle to get to 40K, but I knew I had it in me. I was so desperate. And like my passion for this company, this business, this product, everybody, the whole team is like so lit. Like this, I live, breathe, love, dream, thrive. Like this is what I do. I know what it did for my body and mentally and physically. Like it has been a complete game changer. So, I mean, yeah, that was hard, you know, to get to 40K, but then it seemed like 80K just came so naturally. I don't even know how it happened, like how I got 40,000 and won them in 15 days. It didn't make sense to me, but it happened. And that just goes to show that anything's happen, you know, possible if you just put your mind to it and really focus on your team and building and finding new people. I think right now, I feel like personally, everybody really needs to focus on finding new people, because there are people like me out there that will run with you, you know, and that are not going to stop. And those are the people that you want to look for, that have the passion, the drive, and the determination to get somewhere. You know, I see what's possible in this business. You know, I talk to a lot of leaders, a lot of sidelines, and just like pick their brain, because it's inspiring to me. Like, I know that I can set myself up and set my kids up sticking with this business. And I feel good about what we do. Like, I don't feel like I'm selling anything. I feel like I'm completely changing lives, because my life was changed in so many aspects. So there's going to be struggles. That's in any business, though. I mean, my dad owns a business here in town and I make way more than he does. So,
You know, it's a testament though, for those of you guys that, you know, maybe feel like things are stalled out. I'm sure, like Raquel, if you look back at November and December, you were probably like, what the hell is going on? And then all of a sudden in March, in 15 days, you made up $40,000 in volume. What people need to understand is that you can feel at your lowest place, or you can feel like it's not growing right now, but magic can truly happen, just like it did for Raquel and so many others. I mean, we could put probably 100 more people that are on this Zoom right now that can give you a story just like this about how things really stepped up in February, March, April, May. Like, people, when I say people can double and triple their incomes, double and triple rank, absolutely 100%. You're seeing it in the chat right now. But here's the thing, is you have to still be working in November and December when you feel like nothing much is happening. And, you know, if you're dictating your success by how many promoters and customers you sign this month, you're looking at the wrong thing. You're dictating your success the wrong way. You dictate your success by, are you doing what you need to be doing every day to plant those seeds and grow your network? And I kind of wanted to ask you about that. Like, what are you doing right now, Raquel? Because you know what that looks like. You've experienced what can happen in just 1 month in this business. March is our busiest month. Usually, primarily, if I look at my numbers in the cloud office, for them, out of every month, March is our biggest month in this industry for most people. You saw the effects of that. So what are you doing? What have you been doing, like in November and December? And what are you planning to do this month to prepare, to keep consistent, to grow your network?
planting seeds. Like, I feel like right now is where you plant all of the seeds. You get minis in people's hands. If they cannot afford a $150 package, get them a sample. You know, however, charge whatever you want, however you do it. Everybody's different. Get Thrive in people's hands, because literally last week, okay, so my second mini I ever sent out. So the first one went to Brooke. She's my rock star promoter in Hawaii. I had sent to a single mom with 2 kids, and I was like, you're going to love this. You know, well, she couldn't afford it. She didn't want to try to Thrive for free. She just placed a couple's package last week. So my second mini I ever sent out 2.5 years ago, finally just ordered. People are watching. You have to stay consistent. If they don't think that you're thriving anymore, they're going to be like, oh, there she goes. You know, you need to grow your network. Like, finding new people is huge. I mean, it's so huge. Like right now, our county has a lot of Thrive and a lot of Thrivers in it. I'm trying to look towards the East Coast. I'm trying to go all over, because originally I'm from Alaska, and then I've got, you know, Hawaii. I've got some people up in Alaska. Now I've got Northern California here, but really, really trying to like expand and just build relationships. Right now, I'm like building relationships, getting in samples in people's hands, getting Thrive in people's hands. And I just went down and met Stephanie and all the girls down in Oroville. They did a local down there and they invited me and my team, which was super sweet. So we went down there and I was like, this is incredible. Like, I absolutely need to do something like that up here for my team. Just getting people in a group in a room because the excitement was lit. Like, it was so amazing. I had so much fun. You know, those are sidelines to me, but those people inspire me. Rachel over there, I just love them all. Like, I love so many people on these teams, but really, really trying to expand your network, find new people and build relationships with them right now. Because then when, you know, the beginning of the year comes around, you've already got their trust. You've already built this relationship. They may have already tried a sample or now they want one. A lot of people have New Year's resolutions. They're going to want to get fit. That's usually like the biggest thing in New Year's resolutions is either lose weight, get fit, you know, it's something, or, you know, be able to take their family on a vacation next year. Everybody's been cooped up. So right now you really need to just find new people, find people that are going to want to run a business from home. Because like, how blessed are we to be able to do this? It's crazy.
Yeah, I agree. Like, we are so fortunate, and what this can do for somebody. I mean, your story proves it. Like, the hard work will pay off. It's not always going to be, you know, sunshine and rainbows and 20,000, you know, promoters and customers siding with you. I wanted to talk about, like, how do you grow your personal network? Are you more out and about? Are you Facebook, Instagram, all the above? What tips do you have for specifically helping people to grow their network?
I personally, my Instagram is finally taking off. It's taken me a long time, but I put a lot of effort into learning how to use it properly because I didn't know what I was doing. Facebook, I obviously have like the most people on there, but really doing your algorithm, doing your ABCs, making sure that if you have like all these tired moms on your list, you're going and commenting and loving on their stuff. And you know, you have to have lists because otherwise you're going to get lost in this. You know, you're not going to know what to do. You're going to feel overwhelmed. But if you know that you have these 20 people and you're going to go to their page every morning or whatever, every other day and love on them, and then you're going to do this list the next day, building your algorithm on Facebook is huge because it's constantly changing. Staying positive, staying in the light. And then when I do add people on Facebook, I don't know, I do it kind of interesting, but I'll go up to the top and I'll type in Stephanie. And I usually have a ton of Stephanie. So I'll scroll down, way, way, way down to where I have no mutual friends with this person. They have a lot of friends, check their page. You know, they have a lot of interaction, followers, whatever. They're a positive, uplifting person, and I'll add her. So it does take a little bit of time, but I'm adding quality people, you know, so that's kind of how I do that on Facebook. Instagram, we kind of just learned in your 40K push to type in a hashtag and like mom life or whatever your hashtag is that kind of brands yourself, you know, and finding people on there. So I just kind of scroll through and I'll find like a mom, you know, doing something with their kid, active or whatever it is. And I'll go follow her, you know, and I'll start liking and loving on her stuff, building those relationships, just being genuine. I just started doing reels and TikToks. I have nothing to say about either of those besides they're great. You're going to get a lot of followers. I just am not good at them yet. So I'm still learning. And I'm much better face to face, to be honest. Like if I can get belly to belly with somebody, that's where I'm key. But it's kind of hard. I'm a little bit of an introvert, but I also like when I do communicate with people, I feel like I can build a connection quick and build trust quick. So I just need to get out of my house a little bit more and meet new people, but I'm very busy with all of the kids. So I go all directions, and wearing your DFT on your hand, because I know it's cold in a lot of areas right now. We didn't have to worry about that in Hawaii, but here we're bundled up like it's cold. So you're going through the grocery store, you're sitting at a restaurant, people are going to ask what the sticker is, but you have to have it visible.
Yeah, I always tell people like have some extra DFTs in your car. And if it's winter, like, because I know like if you wash your hands a lot, a DFT might not stay on your hands all day. But if you know you're about to go eat dinner or you're about to go into the grocery store, just slap an extra one on your hand. Like, I know people think that's so silly, but it's little things like that that make a difference in your business. It truly is like that. Those little minor details and taking those extra steps to think outside the box are those things that are going to grow your business. It gets conversation started. So that's such a huge tip that, people don't, we're not paying attention. I mean, I see even when I go to like, um, Thrive After Fives, or when I'm traveling doing trainings and locals, how many people I don't see their DFT anywhere. It's like, where'd you put it? Like put it, be loud and proud so people know that you are a thriver, so they can say, what the heck is that sticker? Because that's one of the biggest ways that I've gotten people to get interest is they're like, hey, there's something sticking to you, or there's a sticker on your body, or what is that thing? It starts the conversation. So I wanted to ask you kind of like what you do to, I don't know, keep track your organization. People have been asking me a lot about that. Like, how am I keeping track of my promoters, and how do I follow up with my customers, and how often do I follow up with my customers, and, stuff like that. So do you have like a system or something you specifically do to keep track of what you're doing right now and like what you're going to do for the month?
I mean, I did have a list, like I have a 5 subject notebook, and I have a lot of promoters written down. I mean, I'm pretty good at like knowing my promoters because I've had personal conversations with each and every one of them. And I'm pretty in tuned with my cloud office. I look at my placement downline. I go all the way down, all the levels. And then as far as my customers, and I have a team chat. So, I mean, I know who's promoting and who's working, and I know who just wants to take Thrive and know when a deal comes along, and that's fine. Like that's their business, that's totally cool. They do it however they want to. They plug in when they want to. That's the joy of this business. My customers, I am in pretty good touch with them as well. I do have lists, and then I have this chalkboard calendar. So I'll have like the 5th, the 10th, the 15th, the 20th, and the 25th, and I'll write down who customer auto ships are on those days so that I can go in, a couple days before their auto ship and just touch base with them and follow up with them, see if they want to change anything up, upgrade a DFT, whatever it is. But they appreciate that. Some people are like, oh my God, thank you. Like, I can't have this come out of my bank account right now, or I'm a little bit shy. So I offer credits a lot of the time, customer appreciation, however you want to do it. You could send them a free gift, give them a Christmas card, throw a chill in there. Just very simple things. Just thanking them for supporting your business, because we wouldn't be here without them. So, and they appreciate that, because Walmart, Safeway, Costco, they're not thanking you for their business. They don't care. So when you give back to somebody, I think that they super appreciate that.
I think people need to remember this too. In the month of November or December and November, Christmas is right around the corner. And I get that. I remember when like I would cancel everything I had, everything I could, just to have extra money. So there may be quite a few people under you that don't run their auto ship in December just so that they have that cash to buy a Christmas present. It's going to be crucial that you are in their ear in January to get that auto ship restarted again. Like, sending them something in January, save your credits. When you get your credits loaded on the 2nd of this month, save those. Don't use them on yourself, because you can use those credits in January, save as many as you can to get people started thriving again. And even people, January is the best month to go through and contact any customers that have ever ordered from you, even if it was only once, and go, oh my gosh, you were a customer once, it's January. That's when people are thinking about getting healthy, looking better. That's the month to reach out to those people and get them started again. it is always crazy to me how many people will work so hard to get one customer and then they never talk to them again. It's like, what are you doing? Um, so I also wanted to ask you, like, what do you do with new promoters? Like, I'm in your inbox, I say, okay, I'm ready to do this thing. What does it look like for you? Because everybody's a little bit different on how they, how they bring on a new promoter, what they say before they get started, to helping them hopefully get their VIP bonuses, and, kind of what they do in those first 30 days.
So basically, Krista and Alex and I were just talking about this yesterday, I believe. Before they hit the promoter button, I tried to explain to them what the VIP 800 1600 is. These are the bonuses that are available to you in your first 2 weeks. So to make sure that you get the best chance of getting these bonuses, do you know 4 people, that would love to jump on these products? 2 of them that want to make money, 2 of them that just want to be a customer, so that they can hit that VIP 800, and then I explain what the 1600 is. But making sure that they put their feelers out before they hit that button, because 2 weeks sometimes can go by kind of quick. And a lot of people miss that bonus, and then it's like, but it's just what lit my fire. So I know what it did for me, and I really want to give everybody the best chance of doing that as well. So I try to teach that to my team as well, as just like, make sure you explain to them, like, go find 4 people, make a list. Like, that was the first thing that I did when I started, is I made a list of every single person I could think of. And it was like pages long. Like, I was like, I know so many people that need this in their life. And so that's I really try to make sure they're set up before they jump into that 2-week period. Yeah. Your chicken noodle soup list. Yeah. Who's going to bring you chicken soup when you're sick? Those are the people you're going to reach out to first, and share your excitement, share what the product did for you. And putting them in a 3-way message with our upline. I think that those are so validating. You need that validation sometimes, or maybe they're going to resonate with Sonia more than they do with me, or whoever it is. I use sidelines a lot sometimes too. I think that I have like such a huge connection with some of my sidelines. I love them. I adore them. They're amazing. And, figuring out what their health goals are and finding somebody that they're going to resonate with.
Yeah, I agree. So I think everybody on here today needs to make a New Year's resolution that for the new year, when they sign up somebody new, they will get them in a welcome message with somebody, whether it's a sideline, uplines, downlines, I don't care. That person needs to know that there is someone else to go to if they need somebody and they can't get a hold of you, or if that new person decides to quit, they know who to go to. And especially with the new year coming, that is when we start really signing new customers and new promoters. And at that time, new people are signing new people are signing new people. People can get lost in the shuffle. And the best way to avoid getting lost in the shuffle is getting people in those 3-way chats, because at least they will have people they feel comfortable with going to if their upline checks out, if the person that signs them is no longer doing this or available. So I hope you all, those of you that haven't been doing that, you start doing that and make it a point, because not enough people do it. And I know they don't, because if they were, I'd be in 3-way messages every day. And you're not bugging your uplines. I promise you, you're not. So what do you feel like are like important incoming producing activities? I mean, we know we need to be friend requesting people every day. That's obvious. We know we should be following up with our customers and our promoters and checking in with our team. That's obvious. But what are some of the things that you're doing that you feel like maybe some people are missing or aren't doing, or other income producing things that people could add to their list if they're like, okay, what can I do for my business today?
Well, that kind of goes back to, if you're building your business on Facebook, you have to have some sort of algorithm. So if, doing your ABCs is huge. We also just learned wishing somebody an early birthday or a belated birthday getting personal, make maybe a birthday video and send it in their messenger. That way you're hitting their inbox. You can, IPAs, hit me here hard. Definitely posting in your stories. I think that, talking in your stories, I think putting your face on there, like I do it on Instagram, I'll hit the hands-free button and I'll go in there and talk in the morning, whether it's about my capsules or my shake or whatever it is. Maybe it's my DFT that day, but kind of switching it up so that people see your face, they hear your voice, you're getting personal with them. And and going back to the lists, like lists are life. I swear by them. Like I would be look at, I have all these notes. Like I have lists and lists and lists, and these are just my little sticky notes, but I have sticky notes. I have the notebooks. I have one in my truck because I carry around samples with me. I can grab somebody's information, write it down. And then, I mean, to me, I feel like there's a lot of things you can do for your IPAs, but really just staying consistent and staying in the light, positive, and communicating. Like if somebody's constantly watching your story and you've never gone to their story and interacted once, maybe you should go do that. Because I'll go in and see who's watching my story and like, okay, these 50 people are constantly consistent. So I'll go over to their story. You can click their name, it'll take you to their thing and you can go love on them a little bit. So really making sure that it's going both ways. And I think that just seeing who's watching your story, like if you actually went and wrote down the names of people who are watching stories every day, you're never going to run out of leads, like ever. Like there's so many people that are story watchers that don't scroll Facebook page or the walls. So I think that that's huge too. I'm really like super big on the stories and lists.
Lists are life. You are right. Like everybody write down that lists are life. If you have no idea who you're prospecting, like who you're building relationships with, and you're not consistent with it, I mean, you can't go add 100 people today. I mean, does that work for some people? Sure. But across the board for most of you, most people have full-time jobs. They have, 3 or 4 kids. They have sports and things. They have the doctor's appointments and making dinner and doing laundry. Okay, like we have lives. Most people don't have the time to sit on the computer all day unless they do this full time and friend request 500 people a day. That may work for some people. What you guys have to all do is get a number that works for you. Maybe that's 5 people a week. Maybe that's 10 a week. Maybe it's 30 a week. Maybe it's 30 a day. What works for you, get consistent with it. And then you've got to have lists. Like you've got to know, who am I adding and who am I working with? Who am I building relationships with? Who's looking at my stories? I'm so glad you pointed that out, Raquel, because so many people, you're doing stories. Well, what's the point in that if you are not looking at who viewed the stories? Like if you are not going in every day and looking at who viewed my stories and who of those people are not thrivers, that's a huge mistake. You are missing, you're right, Raquel, like there's never ending pool of people, and there's new people every day that can bounce on your stories that you're like, wow. And these are people that you're not friends with. Like it is so huge. And that's why like reels are getting big, because anybody can see those. That's where you can expand and grow your network. The biggest thing I think people can do in December is learn something new. Like start something. This is a great time, if you're not that busy, to figure out some new things to do for your business or try to start something new. And you also said, like speak. That's the hugest tip. Don't just type things or show a picture or a quote. Get on there and let them hear you, your voice, your story. I know we think we're repetitive. I do. Sometimes I'll be like, oh my God, I say that all the time, but you're getting new viewers all the time that don't know your story. You should be on at least once a week sharing your story live, at least, because there's brand new people that have never heard it and people that have been on your Facebook that haven't heard it because they're just now starting to see your stuff. That stuff is so crucial. And it's about being intentional, because the new year's coming. Like December is the best month to get your act together and figure out, how do I get organized? How do I know what I'm doing? Who am I going to be contacting in January when we come out with new things and new promotions and all that. Like, do I have lists? Lists are life. I love that statement because they truly, truly are. And if you're on here right now and you don't have lists, that's your first place you're going wrong in your business. It's probably why your business isn't growing if you don't know who you're connecting with. Um, how big of a role do you feel like self-development has played in your business as far as like gratitude, dream boards, reading books and podcasts and getting on Zooms? Like, how do you feel that's played a role in your business?
I think self-development is huge. It's something that I never even heard of or thought of or considered in life before I came into this business. And, I've done a lot of 30-day challenges or 14-day pushes and all that stuff. And every single one of them includes self-development. For me, I'm all about affirmations. I love them. I feel like that's where I can get pumped up. I'll sit there and listen to affirmations on YouTube, for different aspects of my life, whatever it may entail. For 2.5 years, they told me, go write, I am 200K on my mirror. And I just finally did it like 4 months ago. But I look at that every day and I'm like, I am like, that is my goal. Like next spring, I want to go 200K. Like that is my goal. I'm going to push for that. I have a solid, amazing, incredible team. And really just, I think you need to have confidence in yourself and, writing things down for me, I feel like I can get my point across, whether I'm just talking to myself or somebody else, but like really getting your thoughts down on a piece of paper where you can go back and look at it. I don't know. That's where I feel like self-development for me is like just repeating affirmations, saying them out loud to yourself, like, convincing yourself because you are worthy. Like you have no idea what you're capable of. Don't ever doubt yourself,
Yeah, I agree. Like you've got to have a go-to, something that motivates and inspires you. And like how we're coming into the new year, which means there's going to be more Thrive After Fives, which means there's going to be Lavelle Locals trainings coming to your area and conference. I mean, that's not far away either. Before we know it, that will be here. Do you feel like getting to those things is important, and getting to those things, what has that done for your mentality, your business, and to motivate you?
Absolutely. I started June of 2019, so they had just finished conference Palooza, and it was like everybody's fire were lit. That's what everybody was talking about. And I just remember my upline telling me, like, if you get the chance next year, do that. And so of course I went and bought the ticket. Well, then COVID hit and it got canceled, so I was absolutely going this year. I was so excited and it was amazing. Like, I think there was like 10 of us on my team that went, and we had an incredible time. The trainings there, like the excitement, the energy in those rooms are just like, oh my God, and we all just came back with so much passion, and so much fire under us that, yeah, you've got to get to those, and even just going to the local right here in Oroville, like that was freaking awesome. Like it was so amazing. I don't even know how, it was beautiful. The people were beautiful. It just reignites you. If you're feeling like at a, standstill, like you better get yourself to one of those things because you are going to be lit up. It was amazing.
What about when you got to your first lifestyle getaway? Like, what did that do? Did that like make you see the vision? Did it get you more excited?
Heck yeah. I met so many people there. I was just like, and on top of that, I never left the country. Like it was so life-changing in so many ways. And then like the event that they put on Friday night was insane, like out of this world. That it was just like the music, the people, it was just like, wow, it was like the best party I'd ever been to in my life. Amazing, and they launched new products, and like our CEOs are just so incredible how they speak to you, and they're just so genuine, Excuse me, I got to get some water. My throat is like itchy.
Oh, girl. I feel you. I've been we've had like cold running through our house and my throat has been so dry. So of course, my phone wants to ring in the middle. Um, I was also gonna ask you, dang it, it was on the tip of my tongue. Oh, I know. Um, just staying motivated. I know Star put in here something about, when when people feel unmotivated or they feel like, I don't know, they just feel like I don't have the same kind of excitement that I did before. How do I get that back? And my thing is always like, suck it up. I mean, I know that sounds horrible, but do I want to do the dishes? Nope, not motivated to do those at all. But if I don't do them, then we won't have anything to eat off of. And my house will start stinking and then we'll get bugs. Like, come on, you have to do the dishes. The laundry, do I want to do that? If you have a job, do you really? Most people don't want to go to that every day. Like, not to be rude, but you just do it. If you know what the outcome is going to be, and guess what? The outcome of doing the dishes, I just have to do them again the next day, right? The outcome of doing this business is you can take yourself to a place that can change your family's life forever. But I also know that, everybody has a different way to get people under them. I mean, I've learned a long time ago that you can't motivate other people. All you can do is the right actions and show them how to do it. And hopefully the ones that want it bad enough will keep themselves motivated in one way, shape, or form. But I also know that you have to redream, and, making dream boards at the beginning of the year are huge. Even if you did one last year, even if you are putting the same dreams on there, you guys, those actions create excitement. You have to find ways, signing a new promoter, helping them VIP, that creates me to get excited. What are those things that keep you motivated and get you excited? And how do you keep yourself motivated?
I have a couple people that I call are my people. Those are the ones that I lean on, that I go to if I'm like, oh my God, like I'm just in a funk, like I never vent down ever. I go to a sideline that I'm like, oh my gosh, like help me with this. Like, what are you doing? What's working for you? Like, and I do this. I reach out to people all the time, that are not above or below me, because maybe there's something that's working for them, and they can give you some tip. But I've locked arms with some people in this company that are just like, I've never met them, but I love them. Like, I love them like my best friends. And we lean on each other for advice, for support, for motivation, whatever it is. I have Cindy and I have Brooke, and I have, those are two that are on my team. But then I have like Krista and Alex. Like, those two girls are freaking amazing. And Rachel, like, there's certain people, and Stephanie, I just love and adore them. And they help me through those times where I need a little push, or, I'm like, I'll message Stephanie and be like, I need some fire lit under me. Like, help me out here, and they have no problem doing it. Like, that's the joy of the team, is there's so many people that will help you, but you have to figure out who you resonate with. That is like huge for me, because they are going to be your biggest cheerleaders, and there's something I wanted to say.
Yeah, I wanted to say this to you too. I'm so glad you pointed out sidelines, because there's a lot of people on here, and one of the excuses they have, and I get this excuse all the time, I don't have a team yet. I don't have anyone under me. Guess what? There are thousands of us, and there are thousands of you. There's hundreds of other people that are also getting started and don't have a team, or have been in and don't have a team yet. And they're looking to people to connect with and motivate and encourage and inspire. You just start making connections with people. I think one of the biggest ways that a lot of introverts and shy people can start coming out of their shell is connecting with other thrivers, sidelines, people that are doing what you're doing, that have the same goals and dreams and, excitement. That those are the people to connect with. How do you, like, when it comes to like comparison game, is that hard for you? Do you compare ever? And I think that that might be a pitfall for some people, and then there's some people that don't get sidetracked by that at all.
Oh, I get like inspired. I am not the person that's going to be like, oh my gosh, well, like I'm not a jealous type of person in that way. I'm going to go ask them what they're doing. Like, what is helping? What is the biggest tip you can give me? Because I get so inspired. I want to be the best version of myself so that I can help my team. I want my team to come with me on this journey. Like, I want everyone to be so successful, So that to me, I don't really get, no, it doesn't. Like, I remember Krista and I both started around, I mean, she started a little bit before me, and we were both head to head all the time. And like, dude, we're like besties now. Like, and it's because we just saw it was almost like a competition. We would both be running for the same thing. And it was like, we're both determined. We both have that fire lit in us, and we bounce off of each other, and the same thing with Alex. Like, we teamed together because none of us are touching each other's trackers, so it's like, I think that, like I said, you just have to find your person and don't ever compare yourself. Like, who cares? Rank is nothing. Like, it seriously is nothing. I have girls on my team who have never hit 4K that are the most passionate, sweetest, kindest, consistent. Like, I don't consider it repetitive. It's consistency, in my opinion. There's no repetitive in this. Like, but you have to stay consistent. Like, absolutely have to stay consistent, because if you don't, they're not going to know that you're thriving anymore.
I have to say that I love that. Rank is nothing. I mean, rank is something that people can achieve. Rank is something that, grows your paycheck. That's great. All that's fine and dandy. But rank doesn't determine, I have 4Ks that are more passionate and show up way more and are more helpful than some 200Ks. That rank is a number, and it's sad sometimes in life, how that things work like that. We put titles on everything, and it makes you important if you're a 200K and less important if you're a 4K. That's just ridiculous. And I can tell you that, like you were in my inbox. I want to do the Zoom. Please, you guys, to me, these are the people I want to work with. Raquel's. I want to work with the Raquel's, the people that are stepping up. I mean, there's hundreds of 80Ks and 200Ks on my team that have not done this Zoom and won't step up to do it. It just blows my mind. It's like, dude, if you want to get motivated, you plug in. You are finding ways to stay motivated, stay excited, step out of your comfort zone, do get invested, get involved. Like, and it's the same people in my inbox complaining about their business, or people under it, or people above them, that they're not volunteering to do this. People are so quick to complain and so quick to, have an issue, and so quick to bitch about something, but they are the last people to volunteer. They're the last people to step up. And it's like, you can't do both. You know what I mean? You can't. I guess we're coming up at the top of the hour, but I guess I just wanted to ask you if you had, besides consistency. I know people get so sick of hearing that, but guess what, guys? That's what this is all about. Everything in life is about being consistent, staying consistent. I don't care what you're trying to do, whether you're trying to lose weight, be a better mother, do good at whatever job you have, if you have a hobby, or Lavelle, it doesn't matter. If you want to be good at what you do, and if you want to see growth, you have to have consistency. End of story. Outside of consistency, though, what like 3 things do you feel like you want to leave people with today? 3 things that they should have on their hearts and on their minds, and what, it doesn't matter what it is, just 3 things that stick out to you that people need to, know, do, or understand in order for this business to work.
The first one is go write down your goals, like your month goals. And then go write down your year goal, and write down your 5-year goal. Like, seriously, it's so crazy because I go back to the first things that I wrote down at what my goals were. And the only goal that I haven't accomplished yet is hitting 200K. And I gave myself 5 years. And that was the first day I hit the promoter button. I went and wrote these things down, and it's like, that's the last thing that I have to check off that list. And it's only been 2.5 years. So if you, and have a vision, what do you want out of this business? Really sit down and ask yourself, like, why did you hit the promoter button? What were you wanting to accomplish? Figure out what your why is. Okay, there's two. I'm going to give you something good here. I don't know, if you're feeling like your fire has been blown out, you go message somebody today. Get outside your comfort zone and find somebody that inspires you and ask them, communicate with them. Maybe you want to go live with them, whatever it is. Get outside your comfort zone. Like, I am the most shy person. I literally hid behind my mom my whole life. I'm so shy. But doing this Zoom, like, trust me, I was nervous. Going live on your stories, interviewing people, do everything that makes you uncomfortable, that gives you anxiety. Like, dude, we got chill. You can go take a chill afterwards. We have a product for everything. Just do something that makes you nervous, because that's where you're going to grow.
Dude, those are amazing. It's like, seriously, stepping out of your comfort zone is the hugest thing. And being uncomfortable, vulnerable. I mean, I'm just proud of you. Like, I'm so glad you offered to do this, and you had great, like, I didn't even know you were nervous. So good job, because you didn't seem like it at all. But I just love hearing people's stories on Tuesdays, because it makes, I think, everybody know it doesn't matter who you are. If you're an introvert, if you are shy, if you hid behind your mom, you know what I mean? Like, we can come out of these shells. We can do things that we didn't think were possible. And every person on here is your friend. Like, all the people that came here today to listen to this, they are all supporting you. There is nobody in the background going, oh my God, she sucked. Didn't need to hear any of that. There is never a Tuesday where I have ever come off of it. And I know nobody comes on. People wouldn't get on this every single Tuesday, week after week, and they wouldn't literally stay on here for an hour if it was boring them, if they didn't support you, if they didn't have your back. So for those people out there that you have that shyness, you are, an introvert, you do feel like you have a hard time stepping out of your comfort zone. Something like this is the best place to start, because every person on here is supporting you. Those are the best places to start, with those people that aren't judging the people that are supporting. And I think that it's just amazing that we have such an awesome team full of people that just want to help people. We really do. And we want to see everybody succeed. That's what it's about. So have you been thinking about it? I know there's a lot of people that you've been like, I want to do that Zoom, but I'm too scared. You need to. Like, don't they, Raquel? Don't you feel good?
Just do it. Honestly, like, I've been thrown under the bus so many times, and it does get easier. Trust me. Like, yeah, I'm nervous, but you know what? I'm going to feel so damn good after I click that leave button. Like, I did it, just do it. It's like, I had to go speak at that local. I was so nervous, and Stephanie's like, Raquel, and I'm like, what? No, what are you talking about? But just do the damn thing. You're going to feel so good when you're done. Promise
Amen.
you.
Yeah, you are. Yes, you are. Raquel, thank you so much. I appreciate you. And I'm so glad you got on today. Did not seem nervous at all. So you did an amazing job. Loved your tips. And I'm so excited to see where you're going to go with this. And I know that 200K is just the beginning. Like, it's not the end, it's the beginning. And you are going to get there. Like, and I know that because you show up, because you volunteer, because I see your face, because you don't give up. Like, you just had that attitude, and you don't have a timeline in your head for success. You're not putting a deadline like, oh God, if I'm not 200K by this date, it's over. Like, you are consistent. You're on the ride, and you're enjoying it. And I think that that's the biggest part, is enjoy it. And everybody stop putting so much pressure on yourself, and stop putting yourself down and thinking that this isn't for you if you're not moving at the pace that someone else is. Like, just huge. So I just want to thank you so much, and I appreciate you.
Thank you for having me on. Thank you all.
And you guys, you know what day it is. It's Tuesday. It's actually the last Tuesday of the month. It's the last day of the month. December 1st is tomorrow. We literally have a month before the new year. And now's the time, and it's payday, y'all. Like, you know what I'm about to say, because I say it every week. Go make that payday post. There is somebody right now on your friends list that's going to look at your story today or see your timeline that needs an extra $1,320 in their pocket before Christmas. And we still have 3 full weeks to help somebody put that money in their pocket. There is still plenty of time to help somebody VIP 800 or 1600 or both, right? There's time to do that. And there's a lot of people out there struggling this time of year for Christmas. So don't underestimate the power of your payday post, whether it's $10 or it's $10,000. It doesn't matter. It's still money in your pocket every week that somebody else wishes they had. I promise you that. So don't underestimate the power of that. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Again, if you are an 80 or 200K, you do not have to be holding rank. Message me. Let's get you on this Zoom. People need to hear your story and your tips, and it's a great way to step out of your comfort zone. And if you're looking for a way to jump back in or get motivated, this is a great start. So get in my inbox. We'll see you guys next Tuesday, same time, same place, same link. Don't forget to plug in your teams and your new people and get them inspired and motivated too. Thanks, guys. See you guys next Tuesday.